everyone. Congratulations for making it to the end of Practicum 1. I know I personally am excited to be starting the second part of our practicum. My name is Tatiana, and I would say that my goals for education on field are that I would just be able to learn all that I possibly can about the foster care system and about how California handles adoption so that I can be able to apply these skills internationally, hopefully one day. I definitely strive to learn how to become more professional in the work that I do regarding my interactions with clients and coworkers. One of my other goals is also to get as much training and information about child development and how trauma has different kinds of effects for different situations. In my opinion, knowing information in your head is one thing, but being able to apply that information is when you actually truly grasp the value of that knowledge. So my agency is called Building Bridges Foster Family Agency. Yeah, I said that right. I've been interning here, and our mission statement is to promote, support, enhance, and strengthen the development of children's well-being while providing safety and permanency. I would say that I have definitely seen this mission statement played out in real time before my very eyes several times. Pretty much every time I'm on the field, I'm able to see it being demonstrated just by the staff, my coworkers, my supervisor. They definitely hold the mission statement very highly, and they make sure to abide by it in everything that they do. That includes, when you're working on documentation or paperwork for the children, just making sure that all of that is done and completed that relates to promoting, supporting, enhancing, and strengthening the child's development, and also ensuring that they're safe, because you're keeping good records, good documentation in their file. There's also milestone development. You're constantly monitoring them on visits to make sure that they are progressing towards their milestones if they're younger, that they're learning to talk, learning to walk, cognitive development is there, emotional development is there. As they learn new skills, you're helping them with goal creation, working together with the resource parents to develop those, because they spend the most time with the kids. And our agency also provides foster family homes with everything they need in order to accomplish these priorities. So we're not just telling, the resource or foster families, hey, make sure that your child is able to do X, Y, and Z. We don't just do that. We'll say, here are the resources that you need. If we're not able to supply those resources as an agency, then we will connect them, try our best to connect them to the best fit of an agency outside of our own that specializes with that kind of information or resource, so that the child is able to get all their needs met. The extent to which our agency aims to provide and ensure child safety is also very thorough. There are intensive home inspections that are performed regularly, and certain criteria must be met for the child to be able to stay in that home. So we're going around and we're making sure that their fire extinguishers that they have fire extinguishers, and that they're being maintained every so often, that they're in workable condition, that their pools have fences around them if they have a swimming pool, just things like that, and making sure that there's no hazards around the house that would put the children in danger. Those are all ways that we abide to the mission statement for our agencies. Additionally, permanency being the last part of the mission statement. Anytime a child is placed in a home, if it's not with immediate family or extended, there's always a permanency plan for them, whether that permanency plan is to reunify them with their birth family or to find another home for them to be adopted into. That is our first and foremost concern at Building Bridges, and we will never put them into a placement that will not be able to achieve that goal. Summary of your expectations entering field education. So my expectations when I entered field were that I would be able to get the same education and training here as an agency social worker would, like a paid position. And I would say that I've definitely gotten that training somewhat, especially with all the shadowing that I've been able to do and attending in-person trainings that foster families and parents, prospective and current, are able to attend. I feel like I can relate to both the foster families and the agency social workers now, so that's really cool. I've been on both sides. I also anticipated that my supervisor would be giving me a lot of tasks and things to do, and I guess in terms of that expectation, it might have been a little bit well, maybe too much of an expectation, because she definitely has expectations of me and gives me things to do, but they're not like really, it's not like a really heavy workload of things, and she's not like hovering over me all the time, which is good. I expected to do a lot of paperwork and documentation for the kids, which ended up being true. I do that. I also expected to spend a lot of my time in the office, but it turns out that I'm able to actually like go out on visits and stuff like that, and to check in on the kids, and so I'm really glad that I have that ability, that I'm not just behind a computer all day. I don't know what I would be doing if I had to do that. What activities were most impactful, positively, negatively, during Practicum 1, and why? So I would have to say that one of the experiences I had that I found to be impactful was when last week I was able to go on a visit by myself. My coworker, who I normally shadow, wasn't able to make it, so she asked if I could just go over there on my own, and I was really nervous leading up to it, but it feels like everything just came like really naturally to me. I think from all the observing that I had been doing, all the practicing, I was able to just sit there, and we were able to get through the whole visit, and I was able to get all my paperwork and documentation signed that I needed to, and it was just really good overall. So I think the reason that was positively impactful was that I was able to see that I do better than I think I'm going to do a lot of the times, and I just kind of need to get into the situation instead of worrying so much like about how it's gonna go, and I actually end up surprising myself. How have you grown and changed through this experience? I would say that I've had to learn to communicate more effectively with my supervisor about what my needs are in regards to fulfilling the requirements that I need to fulfill for field education. I've also had to learn just how the agency works environmentally. You know, everybody's very warm and loves to greet each other in the morning. I'm not used to that. I'm more of an introvert, so it's been good to push me out of my shell. What and who are you most grateful for through this experience? Definitely my field supervisor. She's really amazing. She answers any questions that I have. She's really patient with me. So is my coworker that I work with a lot. What are you most excited about as you look towards your next field education experience? I'm going to be staying with this agency, but I'm definitely looking forward to going on more visits, getting more experience working with the kids and the resource parents. What goals do you have set for yourself going forward? I want to get better at asking questions and not having to look at my notes when I'm on a visit. What message would you leave for someone about to enter field education for the first time? My advice would be to just stay open and flexible, to bring a notepad with you wherever you go, because you never know when you're going to be in a teachable experience and that you might want to take notes from what someone's telling you. Also, I would say that it's worthwhile to learn your own balance between doing the job, crossing your T's, dotting your I's, but also balancing that really well with building connection and developing relationships with your clients, with your coworkers, and with your supervisors.